all is inferiority complex. That's it.
Yeah, you know, like you said, you know, like till tomorrow, my dad calls me Big A. You know, and in my neighborhood, that's what most people, yeah, that's what most people call me. I grew up being used to being called that. But like we saw from the explanation and that was given, it didn't start today. From the slavery time, I think it started from the slave masters.
Yeah,
because if they didn't make that distinction.
Yeah. If I may comment,
okay,
amongst Black people, I think we were okay with our skin color. We were okay because that's all we knew. But I think this thing started, like you said, when the white men came to Africa, and we saw them that they had more intelligence. We saw them that they had more everything. And when TV came out, it was everything was, you know, white people. When first books came out, everything was white people. So I think that made we Africans or colored people think that, you know, light skin is better. Growing up, I don't remember like seeing. I knew so many girls were like bleaching their skin. I even went to bleach my skin. You know, I didn't bleach because the guy told me not to bleach. Yeah. In SS3, I followed two of my friends. We went to Cemetery Market to mix cream. So yeah, I did. The man mixed for the first girl, mixed for the second girl, and told me, don't mix any cream. I said, why now? The guy said, don't. You have a lovely complexion. Don't mess up your skin. So I was like, so I would have been. For me, I did it. Not did it. For me, I wanted to do it because that was norm. Everybody was toning their skin because, you know, it was assumed that, you know, that that the sun was tanning us, and we needed to. Yes. Yeah, it wasn't really like, it was more like the sun was tanning us. So you need to come back to your color. That was what people were calling it, you know, but now as an adult, I know it's different and everything. So I think I think Black people are comfortable with their skin color. It's just because of like maybe slavery came in and messed up the whole thing. Now the thing.
I don't think it's Black. EJ, you're generalizing. There are people who are not comfortable in their color. So if you say Black people,
why do you think they're not comfortable in their color?
Because of that complex, they think that the lighter the better. Let me be like Ndocha. You know, growing up.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Is the perception that we were given, that, you know what I mean? Because when TV came out, everything we saw was white. When the books come out, like Father Christmas is white, everything was white. So, you know, we all know white to be intelligent, better. So people aspire to be. So we're saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Hi, Chris. Welcome to the show.
Any other view on it?
Good afternoon, all.
Yeah, Chris just
came
in.
Are you do you condone colorism?
As per bleaching also.
No, the question is, why do some people have negative attitudes towards dark skin?
Well, I don't know about, you mean people having towards the other or people themselves, you know. I don't know. It could be anyone. It's a complex issue. Yeah, when you think that white is better than, or you want to be white, it's a complex issue. I don't care what people say about it. You just have to be comfortable in your skin. But the thing is, if not Black, what else? So I might be the wrong person to ask on this, because if it's not Black, it's either Black or nothing. You know, yeah, there are some people who are naturally, you know, fair in complexion. That one is understandable. You can tell. But if you try to alter your natural color, that's when it becomes a problem.
No, Chris, but the question is more about like Black people on Black people. Like, you see some people treating people with lighter skin better than, you know, it's not even people bleaching. Complex. It's about like how people treat other people.
That's complex because of that, you know, they think everything white or fair in complexion is acceptable. So it's to try to alter, to bleach, just to fit in. So people who are shaming or who are trying to mistreat people with a different color, Black or, you know, to make white acceptable, it's still a problem on them. you know. So it's because of why society views all those things that people who are not strongly convinced and then who try to fit in, try to now, you know, alter their color so that they will be acceptable because they think white is better than black. So they are all joined. So if somebody tries to tease you because you have a darker shade, come on, for you to fight back, just like people are doing these days, you know, body shaming.
Yeah.
If you don't have a particular size, they think you are not beautiful. But remember, for we Africans, before you get married, they send you to a fattening room.
Yes, sir.
Because we think that if you are, the fatter you are, the prettier you are. So
more enjoyable.
Yes, so go to Junaka.
And more love handles.
Anyhow you say it, but people look at it, equate it as beauty. Yes. If not, why would you go and lock a woman in a house or in a room and feed that person before you present it to the husband? So that's our own idea of beauty. But these days we have been taught differently that a size 0 is the way to go. So people are every day, you see people say, I'm going to lose weight, even when they don't have anything to lose.
Chris, I concur to that size 0, not actually size 0, but growing up in Nigeria, I had complex about that. I had a boy shape. I didn't have any hips, I didn't have any boobs, you know what I mean? I didn't have any ass. So I had a boy shape. Like I had that big complex in Nigeria. I remember wearing jean shorts under my clothes just to fill out. Then I came over here. They're like, oh my God, you have a perfect. And in Nigeria, I don't have K-leg. You know, it was assumed I had K-leg. I came to America, they said my legs are straight. So for me, it worked out for me, confidence-wise. So
yeah, that was the thing.
So who is blind? Is it that Nigerians are blind or the Americans are blind?
They are blind because now everybody wants to be my size. So I'm all those people I was jealousy. All those people I was jealousy with big boobs or big ass.
Okay, so at the end of the day, we take it that it's all about perception, and the people who maltreat those with a different skin tone are myopic, because they are the ones that are actually have complex issues. Exactly. So Mama, would you like to take the part?
Yes, and that takes us to there's this the paper bag test. I don't know how many people that knows about that, but I'll read about it. In the 19th and 20th century, the paper bag test was often utilized in Black spaces and in hiring of Black people. If someone was the same color as the lighter skin than a paper bag, or as lighter skin than a paper bag, they will be allowed into the space, considered for hire. If they were any darker than a paper bag, they would not. I guess this paper bag must not be the black bag, black polythene
bag.
No,
the brown paper, the sandwich bag. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have any. Yeah.
So it's beige in color, like caramel. Yeah.
So
the one we call carton color in Guse.
Beautiful carton color, yes. Carton color, yes.
So does colorism play in social media and the entertainment industry? Asking myself that question, yes. Because I think, again, anyway, let me not go too far. There's that perception again that the lighter the better. And you find that movie stars at the time, they wanted to use the light-skinned people, even though we're all black.
Yes, yeah.
But it has to be Oyibo Ndochinde Characha.
Yeah.
So they think that brings it out to light for them. And within social media as well, you find out, maybe research may prove that people of lighter shade or skin color get friend requests more than anyone.
Are you kidding me right now?
Mama, did you say Anyawa? You're considered paperback, okay? You're light skin, so stop saying Anyawa.
So I'm considered hireable. Okay, that makes sense. So, Ijoma, what do you think before we go to the audience?
I think it's true, starting from filters, because most times people use filters to lighten themselves. So yeah, it plays a big thing in social media. About movie roles, yes. because I remember like for years, and like I said before, for years and years and years, all the movies we saw were like, you know, light-skinned people, light-skinned people. And whenever you see black-skinned people, I'm talking about here in outside Nigeria. Nigeria, it's different because, like I said, growing up, you saw people of all, you know, complexions. But over here, you see that the darker skinned people were always cast as maids, you know, chauffeurs and stuff like that. So yes, I think from what I know, for even when you watch old movies, you see that the light skinned people have better roles and the dark skinned people have like menial job roles in the movies. So yeah, I think so. Even now we have filters on the phones to make everything lighter, and when we highlight, everything is lighter too. So
okay, Oche, what do you say? I've lost Oche.
Okay. No, I'm not sure. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Okay. I can't relate. Seriously, I really can't relate because I stopped getting friends. No, because you know, when I signed up for Facebook, I wasn't here. So majority of my friends on Facebook were Oyibos. So I can't say that I got requests based on that or I didn't. Some were my neighbors, some were people I knew from school and stuff like that. So I can't really say anything about social media. I haven't noticed.
So you didn't notice that people you know, when they post pictures, their pictures are way lighter than how it should be?
No, you know that with time as well. That's why I say I didn't notice, because even when I look at some pictures from way back, you know, cameras keep evolving and improving. Okay, so even when I see some pictures from way back, I'm like, was I this dark? I know that people use filters, not necessarily everybody as well. And people using filters could be for effects, not just for their skin tone. You could want the place to really look bright, and so it's neither here nor there.
Oche, are you defending that? Are you defending actions? Or are you just stating the facts?
I'm saying personally, I don't know about other people. That's why I said I can't really say.
Okay. All right.
I don't have concrete facts based on that.
Okay.
But maybe some other person in the audience might have a different perspective.
Benson is sharing a YouTube link. I don't know what the link. Benson, you want to talk about the link you just shared?
Okay. Sorry. Let me read something from here. Doyin said, yes, in thriller movies, it's the black guy that dies first.
Yeah, but yeah, it's true. Yeah, and everything black is evil. Yeah, and everything black is evil. Yeah.
You know, you recall that when we were small, when they drew Satan in good point books and stuff, Satan was very black with horns and all that, right?
Yeah.
And then Jesus was the Oche.
Yes.
And when you have an albino child, you're so excited because she's close to Oche. She's close to
For
Jesus.
real?
Yes.
My brother has one. I have a brother that is one too. Yeah. I know most times growing up in Nigeria, they have complex because they look so different. Yeah, I know my brother had. Yeah, I know my brother had one growing up.
Yeah, for health reasons as well, they need more attention. So when they're giving the attention, it may be misconstrued as favoritism or colorism.
For who?
Okay.
For who?
The albino children, the very light-skinned ones.
What health reasons?
You know, their skins are very tender.
Yeah.
Their skins are prone to skin cancer.
Yeah. And because they lack melanin. Yeah, because they lack melanin. Yeah.
They bruise easily, so you can see their mother saying, and the other one that is that skin can be allowed to do other things more than the other.
And you know this, yes. Anyway, let me go to hiring practices. Finish, then I'll say. I think during slavery, they did that too. Yeah.
It's anyone on the other in the audience wants to say something? Bobby, Obaka, saying, please. Okay, Bobby, yeah, go on.
Bobby.
So, Bobby, the question again is: does colorism play any part in social media and entertainment industry?
So my question is when you speak of colorism, do you mean natural colorism or artificial?
Okay, what it means is, let's bring it back home. Let's use Africans in context, right? You know, let's say, okay, let me use Nigerian. In a typical Nigerian group, there are people who are very light skinned, there are people who are middle, so many shades up till the very dark people, black beauties. So our research has shown that people favor people who are lighter skinned over the others. And this dates as far back as 1920s in the 19th century. Yeah, so it's not something that started. Do you have that view as well? Do you agree with it? And does it play any part in social media and entertainment and in the entertainment industry?
Personally, growing up in Nigeria, I never felt any kind of colorism, like you may said, until I came here in the States. I felt it's so big here in the States, unlike in Nigeria. That's my personal experience, though.
You know, colorism is different from racism.
Oh, yeah. I'm talking about colorism. Yes, that's what I asked. It could be natural. It could be artificial. Artificial when you're bleaching your skin. That's what I mean. When you start bleaching your skin, that's artificial colorism. Trying to change your skin to be lighter, unlike your natural skin.
So you feel here in the States, people favor people who are lighter skinned than the darker skin?
Of course, yes.
Is that your experience? Okay.
I'm not even talking about the white. I'm not even talking about the Caucasian. I'm talking about
black amongst black.
Among black people
that bleach their skin. I don't know. I don't know if you all watched this. One of this reality. I think it's
Housewives of
Atlanta. Yes, one of them
Atlanta. It's Basketball Wives.
Okay, so one of them went to a dermatologist to get her skin bleached, something like that.
Oh, you mean Love and Hip Hop? I know who you're talking about. I think it's Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Yeah.
Okay, one of those reality movies.
Yeah, she's Jamaican. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because she said her record doesn't sell. That if she bleaches her skin, her record is going to sell, right? That's the same one you're talking about?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. So I kind of like felt it.
Did you work out for her?
Say it again?
No, she didn't finally bleach. The one I'm talking about. Yeah.
Okay, so the dermatologist discouraged her the way you were discouraged, if I am.
Yeah, but hers would have been a total transformation because she was very dark skinned. Me, I'm light skinned, so any little thing I do, you know what I mean, I'll probably get lighter, but hers would have been a total transformation. You know what I mean?
There's this girl here in but now she lives in New York. So she wasn't light skinned. In fact, an Oyibo compared to, okay? So she came back to Nigeria and she is white right now. And she went to the bank. She went to Zenith Bank and they looked at the details and said, the person I'm seeing on my screen doesn't look like you. She said, it is me, all right. Didn't I sign my signature?
Yeah.
And you know, these people, these tellers at the bank, they can be, I am seeing a different person, so I don't think I'm going to pay you this money. This is what the girl was doing. I was with the said girl because she needed someone to take her to the bank. So I drove her there and I went into the bank with her. I was watching the drama. Yeah. So the teller said, from what I'm seeing here, this isn't you, so I'm not even going to pay you this money. Before she could finish talking, as if this other girl was ready, she started screaming. She said, yes, I have bleached my skin. Is it your business? Is it your money? Give me my money.
I know.
The whole banking hall went quiet. You know, she said, I want my money now. Who is the manager? I want to talk to your superior. The girl was saying, come, said, I don't want to calm down. I want my money. It is not your business. Yes, I am light-skinned now. Deal with it.
Yeah.
And
I remember
that girl said to her, yes, because you're suddenly light-skinned and you look like somebody else. That is why I will not give you this money. Go and call my supervisor. My dear, I was totally embarrassed. I walked out of the banking hall and went to my car to sit down.
Yeah.
Because everybody turned.
This same thing you said, I think a couple years ago, I saw something in a Jamaican, I don't know if it's a joke or something, but the Jamaican Immigration Service was writing, telling people to stop bleaching because when they pass through immigration, they look different. Their passport pictures are different from what, you know what I mean? So it looked like a joke, but it really, really does happen because when you transform from a very, very dark skin tone to a very, very light skin tone, you know, like you look different. You look very different, yeah. All right.
Okay.
Anybody else have anything? So this leads us to the hiring practices. They said skin tone was often the most important factor in applying for work as a person of color in the mid-20th century. Light skin was often reported on a resume ahead of any other information of experience. So I found this totally funny that back in the days, like here, you know, abroad, not in Nigeria, right? That you have to put the tone of your skin for it to be hired. So, but I know people who bleach in Nigeria. I know I've heard a couple of people say, if you look light skin, if you carry expensive car, if you drive an expensive car and wear expensive, you know, garbs, that people tend to pay more attention to you. So I know people who actually, even when people don't bleach, they talk about like driving expensive cars before the gate man will open the door of a bank for them and stuff like that. So do you guys think, do you think the colorism affects employment and career? Ifeoma Mama.
Based on research, yes. Based on research, yes. And again, observing human behaviors. Maybe that we've read in a book or magazine or seen in pig movies and seen some people live as well. I have a problem with that. And to be honest, all of these things, I wouldn't say indirectly, directly formed my own decision on my lifestyle. What to go for and what not to go for. Who am I trying to impress? Why would I want to do this? So it has really helped me or made me put up so much barriers to so many social, will I call them social norms? No, social.
Can you give us an example of what you're talking about?
A typical example is my hair. At a point, it became a show of that if you don't have a long, straight hair.
Oh, yes.
You're not a chick.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's not even chick. They won't hire you. The hair one is real in America.
Till tomorrow. They're crazy. They are very crazy. So
if you see women, if you see any black woman in top management, she has to have a wig on. Like a black woman, she has to have like either your hair is nice and straight or you have like
so it must not be an African hair. You dare not. Really? Anyway, it's possible, but so when I came to UK and I saw so many of us, and again in the winter, you see people wearing their jackets in the train station and looking at them from behind with their long straight hair, you think it's Oyibo walking. Not that I want to say, but when they turn around, black person, okay, I thought, okay, and not just black American or black whatever, it's a typical person that has her own hair texture, but again, this is her preference, okay? So I thought, do I have that energy? I don't have that time. Coincidence, when we're in Nigeria, yes, I wore the Chinese, we call it Chinese back in the days. But coming here, and I think if I have to do this to fit in, no, I'll stand out to still be where I need to be. I don't have to fit in with them, So yes, it is a problem because of perception.
Can I ask the question? When we say that colorism plays a part in hiring of employees, are we talking about the white people, or is it when a black person wants to hire a black person? Does it come to the fore?
Yeah, it depends on the job. If it's
exactly
black on black. If it's a low level job, nobody cares about how your hair looks. But if it's a management level job where you'll be going for like meetings every morning, they expect you. Especially for your going for an interview. There's the way your hair will look. They'll interview you, but they're not going to call you back. Yeah. So so many people, if you're going to
like
job interview, you put on a wig. Yeah, and then when you start your job, then you can wear your natural hair.
Okay, Mr. King wants to say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I think when it comes, good evening, everyone. When it comes to hiring, people of color tend to be put in positions where they're like the front of the organization or the company. And this really plays a role because what really face on I think it's just recently that even banks began to dial back on that. It's always the pretty ladies at the teller, at the reception, and so that's my.
Okay, so like we are talking about hiring. While growing up, I don't think I saw any advert for soap that a black person was in. Those Joy soap, Logs, all those soaps.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
I think they were they were trying to pass a message that for your skin to feel clean and fresh, it has to be light.
Exactly.
But so, but I mean, I think that's also where it started getting into young girls' heads that
exactly what I was trying to explain. Exactly, yeah.
For me to feel clean, I have to be light skinned. If they had used black people to advertise those soaps, we'll know that yes, even a black person can be clean after using this soap to shower. So really it came from up there. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to put this thing on anybody at my age group. I'm going to put it on them because it's based on what we saw on ground that informed some people's what we call complex. Because if somebody didn't make you feel less of a person, you wouldn't think in that direction. You know, when you look at children, you go to a park. The bourgeois bring their children to the park. You of little means your kids are in the park, and they don't see any color. They don't see any class. You are the one that would say, oh, my child's t-shirt is the 5 naira worth, and this boy is wearing the $50 t-shirt. The children are not seeing that.
At all.
They play together till you're ready to go home. So as far as I'm concerned, it's based on what people came to meet eventually that informed all these things about, if only my skin was lighter, I think I would have more confidence. It's not supposed to be so. So I don't know if somebody else wants to say something before I go to my own part.
I want to say, yes, I would like to say something.
Please go ahead.
I heard you say that when you were
I've missed you.
Me too. I've missed you all. It's been
I love your hair.
Here. Thank you. We're just talking about hair. Oche said something about when she was growing up, the adverts for soap being mostly light white people, or
no, lighter Africans, like light
no, but I saw differently. I remember when we were growing up that Joy soap was advertised specifically, and I think Patty Bole, Joy and Wong, those were black.
I remember this as well.
Yes, Joy and Wong, Patty Bole, and they're dark skinned, and I think those adverts were specifically arranged for those people to
advertise. Oche was watching it on black and white TV.
Those soaps were not selling then. It will make you look better.
So they were actually, trying to say this is for dark skinned people. However, that doesn't change.
Was she Nigerian?
She is dark. I mean, she's very close to a friend of mine, so not too long ago. She's dark, very dark, yeah. So, but however, that doesn't change the fact of her point that, people had the feeling that You know, when you are lighter, you feel when you're cleaner. But I think also in our Igbo land, more or less, yeah, there was this tendency to say, onacha, onacha. When you say onacha, it's like there is a preference. Yes.
No, Ocha means you're ugly.
Really? The men would rather marry the light-skinned people more than dark skin. Yeah.
I say no, nacha, you know, there was that expression that when people are fairer, maybe that they are more beautiful. So there was a deliberate effort to make music and songs to say truly black is beautiful.
Beautiful, yeah.
Or Ocha Broma. So while I agree, yeah, because there were deliberate efforts when we were in school to say, those kind of songs will come up to say, truly, that doesn't mean beauty. But generally, the psyche was created even among our people as Igbos in the culture that fair is more beautiful or something like that. I don't know if other people.
And Viv, that forms this topic, colorism. So it's people of the same ethnic background discriminating against each other just because of skin color. Yeah.
Skin color.
Did you see Benson's chat? No. Benson said something about the beauty industry is using colorism to make money because they'll tell you, you know, if your skin is lighter. So people kept buying. I think that's what he meant or something.
Yeah. Because people's brain are just
He said colorism is a form of discrimination based on skin tone perpetrated by the global beauty industry, where sales of skin lightening products are projected to reach 8.9 billion by 2024. So they make money actually perpetrating.
Yeah, the beauty industry, they are the biggest culprits.
Yes. I think so.
That's business. If I set out to make my own cream now, make it for light skin, because I know that's what people want.
Exactly. Exactly. Because you know your skin a chap.
Look at
you.
Okay.
All right, okay, over to you.
Dating and marriage. It is the belief that someone with any degree of lighter complexion is considered more beautiful or valuable than someone with dark skin. Research has found extensive evidence of discrimination based on skin color in criminal justice, business, the economy, housing, health, media, and politics in the United States and Europe. Lighter skin tones are considered preferable in many countries in Africa, Asia, and South America. And the World Health Organization warns that mercury salts, which inhibit the production of melanin, the chemical hydroquinone, their inclusion in many skin lightening products, and frequent manufacturer and supply evasion of regulations surrounding these harmful ingredients make the use of such products an acute public health risk. Okay. My question is, do you think colorism plays a role in dating and marriage?
This would be for the guys.
Yeah, as a hopeless romantic that I am, I would like.
Why would you say just the guys? Some women want Oyibo boys. It has to be light skin.
For real?
Yes, I know ladies like that. If the guy is not light skin,
I have a Tony here. Tony, would you like to say something?
You will. Tony.
Okay.
Where's Chris? Chris left.
Before Tony
back
say something, Ebube.
Tony is there, Oche.
Hello. Let Chris go first.
Okay. Chris is there, yeah.
Am I the one freezing or anybody I call freezes?
It's you.
Your picture freezes, but you're here. We can hear you.
What is the question?
Okay. My question is,
do
you think colorism plays a role in dating and marriage?
Yes.
Yes. Anambra man.
Yes, but yes. Generally, I would say yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but I think I prefer to look at it as an individual thing. People make choices for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, but I don't think it does play a role. Like I said earlier, I'm the wrong person to opine on issues like this because it's either natural or nothing for me. If you are fair in complexion, if that's your original color, natural color, you can tell, yes, that's fine. You know, there are.
So how will you tell? How can you tell it's natural?
How can I tell? If I see it, I'll tell.
Knuckles. Look at the knuckles.
The knuckles would tell you. Oh,
I know. I wanted Chris. I wasn't sure if men know how to find out.
No,
they know better than us, you know.
Ah.
I know the knuckles. Some do it very well that you might not tell, you know, just
yeah, they have tablets now, they pop.
Yeah, some people are very good at it. When you go high class in getting it, you can completely cover it. But the thing is this yeah, people make it does affect even in hiring in everything, you know,
it does.
What you want, yet it's because we have been indoctrinated for so long.
Exactly. That's the right word, indoctrinated.
Even now, people have great electronics devices in Nigeria, but people always want to buy from outside.
Mm-hmm.
Not knowing that you can get a very good, yeah. So we don't trust anything that is sold in Nigeria. Just anything that
made in Nigeria.
Yes. Yeah. So or anything that is cheap. If you buy a pair of shirts, it says $5 or it's 15 naira, people will say, "Oh, come on." So if you remove all the tax, show them, give them any Gucci product or whatever. If you say it's 100 naira and then you put the tag, or you say the other one is 1,000 or 100,000 naira, you see people will choose the one with high price tag. So that's how we have been wired. Yeah. So to answer your question, yes, colorism factors in most things. I remember those days growing up. If you're a mulatto, come on, you're a hot cake.
Oh yes. And somebody's here is guilty. Ojugo left me for once.
Yeah, so yes.
Thank you.
I'm glad that through education and reorientation, most of those things are being changed. People are beginning to embrace their color more these days than.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Not wanting to look like Ijoma.
Yes.
Tony.
But again, sorry to cut you off. We're back in Nigeria too. Nigeria promotes black. Remember Guinness?
Exactly. Yeah.
Remember Guinness? Black is beautiful.
Yeah,
the only example Bobby can remember is alcohol.
The reorientation began a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like when Viv talked about party bully and all those things, you know, it became bigger. But now more and more people are embracing it because the world is beginning to shrink. It's becoming one global community.
Right.
So we are now here, we can appreciate the Oyibo and their color. And I don't think most people now would like to bleach to be that Oyibo color.
Oh,
so we're not saying that black don't crack. So
I'm telling you.
Honey poppy in black don't crack is a new thing, you know, making people to embrace that we are beautiful without being white or yellow, whatever you call it.
The funny thing is that any little thing a light-skinned person has, it's very visible, wrinkles, everything. Dark person, you don't see it. So I don't even understand why people would want to bleach.
And the Oyibo people, before they go on air or anything, they put makeup. That makeup is to hide the freckles.
Yeah, and the lines.
So they now have a kind of skin tone that they want. If they leave their skin like that, it's not good to behold. No. So, but we can
not good to behold.
Can go anywhere without makeup or anything, you know. So,
okay, Tony.
Thank you. I think Chris has said very useful things. Beauty, they say, is in the eye of the beholder. You know, so most men would stick to what they consider natural. You know. If you were to carry out a survey, you will find that a higher percentage of the men stick to what they consider natural, you know. But
a higher percentage, you said?
Yes. Would want to go for natural.
Is it because it's cheaper?
Sorry?
Is it because it's cheaper?
No, not cheaper. I mean, women aren't cheap.
If you're not wearing wig, you're cheap. They won't buy you wigs.
Yeah, all these things we are doing, the plastic surgeries and everything, isn't it for men?
Exactly. But when you look at it, but no matter how much plastic surgery you do or do whatever, the man comes to, at the end of the day, the man, you know, any real man would want a real woman, you know, and he's not just going to go for what is cosmetic, as it were, but really, because you're going to wake up in the night and see the person next to you, and you're suddenly going to say, wow, what did I get myself into? You know, so it is always, you know, every man looks at when you wake up, what happens when you wake up, when the makeup is not there, how do you judge that person? I think that is one area to begin. And like Chris mentioned, re-education, you know, Patti Boulay we mentioned is one example. You know, she's Black, she's beautiful, she was well celebrated, she was a singer, she was an actor, she was Nigerian, British Nigerian, you know. And interestingly, you know, her birthday is on Monday, you know.
But British Nigerian, that's the thing now. She was an Oyibo sort of.
Well, no, she was very proud to be Black. And that was why she was well celebrated for, in fact, if you go to her, whatever, they said she was most celebrated for her, what she did in her native Nigeria. The Lux advert was one of her biggest things that made her known most across the whole world, you know. So she was well known for that. And she continues to be well known. You know, although people didn't see a lot of, she didn't go too far with her singing, but she did did a good number of tracks, and some people still celebrate her in different ways.
She lives in London.
Sorry?
Yeah, you know,
in London.
Yeah.
Tony, sorry
yes,
to cut you short. You know why what she did in Nigeria was the height, sort of. It's because even there in Britain, she was also facing colorism, combined with racism.
And racism, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
you understand. So this was the only place he could actually shine.
Yeah, you know, and the benefit.
Can I say something to that, OJ? So if you consider what we are looking at, what we are discussing, so then it's not necessarily just the way she could shine. She could have also toned her skin color and looked brighter, but no, she didn't. She stood with that beautiful ebony black. So it is. That is. I think that is the most important thing in this you know, discussion, in terms of many people will want to go tone their skin and be lighter, but she didn't.
Not
and it's like another example is this.
Then, we're talking about how many years ago?
But whatever. Let's come to today. Another example I was going to give today is the Sudanese model. You know, there is this dark Sudanese model. She's even black to her palms.
Oh yes.
And she is so proud of herself. She's so proud of her black. It makes, you know, every time I look at her picture and I say to somebody, look, if this person as dark as she is, you know, can be that proud of her black, I think we all need to be, you know, thankful for whatever, you know, color of skin God has blessed us with.
If I have that kind of black,
you know what? Excuse me.
You know, black, her black, her own is unique.
So you're talking about
Alex. Yeah. Alex. If I had that kind of skin tone, I will also be proud of myself.
Not Alex, when it enters your palm. I had a classmate, you know, he was my classmate. His name was, in fact, Oburo. We were classmates in secondary school. This guy was black to his palm. He was shiny, but guess what nickname we gave him? They nicknamed him Mamba, Black Mamba, because he was black everywhere. So till tomorrow, when you see him, they class him as a deadly whatever. Is Mamba, you know. So it knocked his confidence a great deal. But you know, in the early stages, but he grew up to face up to everyone and face up to his to himself and begin to love himself and begin to celebrate himself. And today we celebrate him. You know, he was one person who was that black, but you know. And that's another, I'll finish here. That's another point that people make, and that gets to people is peers. When your peers don't accept you for who you are and begin to create and mock and do whatever, I think that's where colorism, you know, people then begin to want to change. They begin to want to bleach. they begin to want to make themselves more socially acceptable. It's that social acceptability that gets people into all those kind of positions. But back to your question, yes, it does affect love and romance and choice that people make, and affects how people view one another, even as peers and all that.
Yeah, because I know Anambra men like very, very, very girls who bitch.
What do you have with Anambra men to start with?
I'm telling you, they always want to marry Wanya. They always want to marry. If there's any Anambra man here, prove me wrong.
I have Anambra friends who marry dark women, you know.
Ah, okay.
But Ijoma is an individual choice, just like me. I like them black and chocolate. Okay,
Ooh.
I don't like them red.
Like Guinness, like Guinness.
Yeah, so
like I said,
I don't have a preference. I just have to like you.
I have a lady. I know a lady. Luckily for her, she married a light-skinned man. She said she cannot deal with anybody black, and she's that skin.
Yeah.
So she got Oyibo and not Oyibo as Oyibo, light-skinned Nigerian man, and
oh wow.
And I think in summing up, I think the huge campaign about promoting Black or being who you are, being yourself, could be as a result of all of this.
Yes.
Even though this didn't start today, when I was reading through documents for the show, I found that this happened far back.
18th, 19th century. Yeah.
It's not a today thing. And again, I'll be honest with you, yes, I have seen it play a part in families where the parents would give preference to the lighter skinned children.
Are you serious?
Children, because they are protecting them, because you know she's light skinned. Yeah, they think it's love. But again, it's that discrimination, but they don't understand what they're doing. Yes. Again, that they are protecting that child, but again, they're creating something. And the people or the other members of the family who are not as light as that person feels, okay, mommy can let me, I'm real with bucket, but my sister will not climb the same hill with a bucket.
Oh,
you say that happens a lot.
I never witnessed that.
I have seen it, but I now understand it better. But then again, there could be a justification to it, that protecting that person, because that person is with, let's use the albinos, right?
Yeah.
They are vulnerable. Their skin type, the texture of their skin makes them vulnerable, so they need to be protected. So let's not.
I know they're sunburn. I know they're sunburn a lot, but I don't know anything about. I don't know. I have a brother. My first brother is albino, so I don't see anything. I don't see the difference of his skin. I don't see any difference. Like,
so when mosquitoes bite them,
like me, if mosquito bite me, it doesn't show. But if I hurt myself, it turns black. Some light-skinned people, it depends on your skin. Some light-skinned people, if you get a cut, it turns the color of your skin. Some people, for me, it turns black, then it fades away. So everybody's different.
Yeah, when I get cut,
yeah, black. Yeah. Some people, but my brother, I know he was always reading and studying growing up, but.
And again, piggyback to what you said about most Anambra men liking them light skin. It boils down to that same perception that they want it brighter. Once your wife is light skinned, whatever your party.
Yeah. And they feel their money. Will show. They feel their money will show on the light.
Shows when you have weight with equal weight. What we color. Any they want but they hardly say that about my ideology, which I just hope we've. It's as if that all of us on this platform today have the same mindset about things like this. Yeah. I haven't seen anybody whose view varied or thinking that no, that should stand. I will always go for light skin. And again, just the same way we're talking more on light skin people. There are people who discriminate against light skin with darker skin people. They tell you one time when you're a child tomato. All right, I want my woman black and come, just like Bobby said, Guinness.
But the difference is that it doesn't affect them getting jobs. It doesn't affect them getting media presence. It doesn't, you know what I mean? The important things that were those 4 topics, it did affect. So that's the difference. The only place it affects them is like dating preference. Yeah, like maybe I want a dark skin girl, I want a light skin, but you know, I don't know.
So is anyone in the audience has anything to say before we round up?
Round up. It's time.
Yeah, in depth. Yeah.
Not much, but going by what you guys have said, I will consider bleaching. So maybe by the next time I come on your show, I will be white.
Please be black. Personally, I prefer dark men, right? Okay, dark-looking men are better.
Because I'm going to go with the trend now.
That's the only good thing Mills and Boone did. He always had a way of describing the dark men positively. Even though
that Mills and Boone is the reason many people are heartbroken. They'll tell you all these love stories, and every girl is waiting for that man to make her heart do like this. And then when you get that man will make your heart do like this. Don't bring Mills and Boone.
Tall, dark, and handsome.
That's the only good thing about dark, even though it's not dark as per black light minutes. But that was the only description that was dark that was good.
If just a minute, I'm glad that Tony was able to, identify the issues or the problem that I have and I've been expressing all along. Women, they like to glam up, and when they go out, all this makeup. Yet the problem is when you glam up. We're
doing it for you.
No, I'm saying it. Well, I always tell them they are doing it for women. If you wear wig, I don't know what the difference. The only wig I know is bone straight wig, just for the heck of it. But otherwise, women are doing it for women. Because when you bring us home with all those glamour and then you take it off, you go to bed, we wake up to use the bathroom in the middle of the night, what do we see? Snake. So when Tony said that, that's the key thing.
Tony, what did you say?
Snake. Doing it to look at the arena. But if you bring that person home, how are you going to look? What if you are sick tomorrow? You will unravel. So what is that person going to see? So for men, when you want something that lasts longer, like marriage or so, you have to consider when you showcase what, at the end of the day, what does it boil down to? Are you going to say, oh, this man has changed. He's now going to look outside because he has seen the real you. So that's what we have to think about. I'm glad when he said that, I said, oh, yeah, at least we have the same mindset about, things and all these things, So I just wanted to point it out.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for nicely summing it up and giving us your view on this. Next week, please join us again. We'll have an interesting topic. We'll be talking about culture and diversity. And that would be in
night before Mother's Day.
Sorry. That would be on the Mother's Day. Join us.
No, Mother's Day edition.
Same time. Yeah. Mother's Day. I think UK has had their Mother's Day.
Ninth. It's on the 9th.
So never mind. Mother's Day can be any day. Like I said, it's every day, any day, anytime, because we always function. So join us as we talk about diversity and culture. We'll say thank you very much for being a part of today's show. It's been an interesting one. We didn't have a very full house, but we are back on our feet and we'll see you next week. Love you all and good evening.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
How about overtime?
No overtime.
Today is your classic.
Oh, who joined late? Babe, it's all right. It's okay.
I don't